Your millionaire path begins with a secret inheritance. Your inheritance was meant to be kept a secret, not to force you into pain or struggle or misery timelines. No. Although that could be happening, that was not the point. The reason why it's been a secret is just to get you on the right path, point blank, period. To calibrate you into the right frequency, to prepare you to receive it. This message is very specific to souls who aren't fully aware that their path includes a special secret inheritance. Now, your soul is aware. That's why you're here at this message. Your soul knows you're called to be financially abundant now. Everything has fell into place. You're meant to be abundant now, not just to live in joy, but to solidify your joy. To ground the frequency of joy into the ley lines of the earth. You are someone divine. Your soul was always meant to take this path of helping others understand that abundance is joy. It is ease. Okay? This is your path because you're meant to become an even brighter beacon of light for those going through their own dark night of the soul. Those hardships, those troubled times, all that kind of thing. Or your journey is going this way just because you need to connect to those who simply need to wake up. Everything going on right now was part of the soul contract before you were even born. Everything. Every single thing. There's nothing to worry about, really. Nothing to worry about. This is definitely about trusting your path. It does not matter what other people's paths look like. You know, whether they are going through extreme struggle, maybe that's similar to you. Maybe you are helping them understand that they can get out of their situation. Maybe they're not struggling at all physically, but maybe mentally. It doesn't matter what their path looks like. What matters is your alignment. You are meant to receive this inheritance for a reason. It was always in your soul contract. Before you were born, before you forgot when you incarnated into this body, before the world tried to convince you to play small, because we've all been through that, you know. And yes, the source of this inheritance might feel complicated. It might feel turbulent. It might come from someone you both expected and didn't expect. You know, might be a little complicated. Because the energy where this wealth is coming from has been stagnant. Very stagnant. Still water, murky, still water. Stuck. This energy meant to give you your inheritance has been honestly tied up in timelines that are no longer meant to continue for themselves, for anyone. It does not promote soul growth or clearing any more karma, you know, Well, in this human form. Of course, you can continue to clear karma, in the next life or even in the in-between. It's no problem. That aside, this stuck energy, the soul behind it, they know. This soul knows it's time to go. This soul knows it's time to return to source. And I know this can be a heavy realization, but death, endings, transformation doesn't always have to be seen through the lens of grieving. As a matter of fact, you're allowed to grieve. I'm not saying you can't, but you have an opportunity to change your perspective right now and see death as simply returning to source, simply something peaceful, because it is. It really is. Once you are out of your body, you don't have that dense feeling anymore. You don't feel so bogged down the way this 3D earth is set up. The earth is not some kind of prison, like many people want to call it, but it is a school, a very difficult school for souls, simply to grow, to clear karma, to experience in a very strange way, honestly. But yes, this soul knows that it is time for them to return to source. And they know you are ready for this inheritance. They know you are ready to take on this wealth, ready to transmute it. Very important, especially since they were stagnant. Okay, it's like handing the torch. They know that you're ready to turn it exactly into what's needed for your soul mission, for your path, for the alignment of this entire planet. And yes, you've felt it. You have felt this creeping feeling that something is shifting. You don't need external confirmation. You have felt this energy shifting. You've felt the push to forgive. Not because they deserve it in a human sense, okay? Forgiveness is, let's talk about it kind of like on a higher level, okay? Not because you're obligated to forgive. It's more so because you are shifting into your highest expression, okay? And forgiveness at its core is simply the most simple way for our collective soul to expand. It's good for you, it's good for them. Of course, you still can have boundaries, Yeah. You know that forgiveness is not about erasing any boundaries. It's about choosing evolution. It's about expanding your auric field until you're no longer held hostage by old pain. This is what we do as souls. It's what we do. It's who we are. This is what we do as creation, the universe, God, Goddess. We grow, we transmute, we inherit timelines, we dissolve karmic chains. This is natural. Okay? Again, this can be a very heavy message to receive, but understand that this is natural. You can feel your feelings deeply, but it is okay to release them as well and to transmute them to gratitude and joy. All right? This inheritance you're stepping into, it's not just a check or a payout. It's an energetic handoff. You are receiving years, decades, lifetimes of stuck energy that is now being handed to you for immediate alchemical reclamation. That's how powerful you are. You're immediately transmuting this abundance. That's amazing. You are not being burdened. This is not a burden. You are being activated. This money, this abundance was always meant to find its way to you. But it had to wait until you could hold it without shrinking, without going back to ways that don't serve you, without going back to old belief systems that don't make any sense, that fear of lack mindset. Oh, I have to work hard. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to. No. The time has come. You're ready to just literally, truly surrender. Truly, to say, universe, I have no idea what's going on. And I fully trust you. Even if you're shaking afraid. The universe was waiting for that vibration of trust from you. It had to wait until you could see all of this as not as an escape, but as a tool, as an extension of your already existing power. This is about timeline fulfillment. You are not becoming a millionaire to impress. And you know that. You know that. You are becoming a millionaire to build, to anchor, to shift grid points, to speak from overflow, to embody a wealth frequency that shatters old programs by simply existing. Truly. I did do another video, The Spiritual Millionaire. I feel like that could be another channeled message for you. Okay? Because that has everything to do with this as well. And I do believe there is subsequent channeled messages coming about all this, so just keep your eyes peeled. So, when it comes to this influx, this brand new abundance, let it come. Let it flow in now. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to be this or be that. You've already unlocked the door. It's done. Now just open your hands and receive. Feel the energy. Feel the soul behind it nod in agreement. Because it's time. This inheritance is real. The only way it couldn't be real is if you just decide it isn't, because you create your own reality. You know, if you want to create a reality where this inheritance is blocked, you will do it. But I know that you can feel it. I know that sometimes it can be hard to believe, but it's here. This inheritance is so real, and so is the you, the version of you that it was always meant for. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. You're remembering it. The millionaire path begins now, not because you forced it, but because you finally matched it. And because it was never really a secret. Just a soul-kept promise waiting for the perfect now moment. All right? Again, I know this message can be perceived as heavy because of reasons. Again, I'm rooting for you to perceive it in a way that is just gratitude and release, but to also honor your feelings. It's okay to have the human emotions, but there's no need to drown in them. Not at all. If this message resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share with anyone else who might need it. Feel free to support me on Patreon. And also recently, for donations, I put up a link to my Cash App in my bio for any donations. And I am shifting around what I'm going to do on Patreon, so stay tuned for extra messages there. All right? Keep loving yourself. It is okay to love yourself and receive. And I will see you next time.